Okay, we're live.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Half-Ass Show here on MNR. It's Saturday night, and I can now say with confidence we have done three. That's right, three shows this week. You're welcome.
3 shows? What do you mean?
Well, I played Sunday,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and then I played Thursday, and then we did this.
Oh! Yeah, you're
So
right.
I've been on the air three times this week.
Oh my god, no wonder it's gonna
See, we
fucking
can
rain.
still do it when we apply ourselves.
No wonder it's gonna fucking rain and storm here in New Orleans. It's gonna be underwater again, and everything's gonna happen.
Oh, that's just called summer in the South.
Fuck the South, I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, coming up tonight, we got some more Summer Games Fest music because for whatever reason, Summer Game Fest must go on for the entire month of June. It feels like. Alan Wake 2. This is gonna be a fun one to talk about. I can't wait to do that one.
Yeah.
Like my hands are, I'm like rubbing my hands. Like yes.
You're like
then,
a little fly.
Then Jon Stewart kind of revealed why he pretty much left Apple and went back to the Comedy Central, and it's an interesting one, and it kind of there is a theme to our shows as usual, so we will cover that as we go along.
Okay.
Get some announcements out of the gate first here. Hold on. We have. Oh, that's not the right one I want to post. Hang on, I'm messing up here. So, last week we were talking on here about like social media and all that stuff, as we do, because we're psychotic about it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. Well, we have we joined Kara because apparently we don't have enough open fields on the social media front. It feels like.
Yeah, I have like now a bunch of artworks there, and it's really nice to have like a place where I can.
I'm posting that in a second here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is in the chat. So.
Yeah, no. I wanted to put like all the artworks, and honestly, it has like new ones now that it's not even on Instagram because fuck Instagram at this point. So, yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of things for Illy. First off, Illy's, if you're an artist and you're not following her, why are you not? Secondly, the MNR one. Now I know what you're thinking. It's like, Brandon, you right. Yes. You're 100% right. And I will completely own the fact of most of the shit that is on there is pretty much a repost of Illy's feed. I'm not even disputing that. The thing is, you have to understand, though, I can also read posts, and I can actually put comments. So I can actually, when she posted, if it's related to, say, I don't know, the dominant ones, like she posted 6 or 7 pictures on Wednesday night, as I'm watching AEW, I am literally doing commentary and explaining some things that happen behind the scenes and about the characters on the Magic Ninja Robot page.
Right.
So, also, there's now some, I've taken some toy pictures, and I hope to be doing more of that as time goes on. It's just I have to kind of sit down and start learning that photo program I downloaded. I just haven't had the time to sit down and play with it.
Yeah, it takes time. Like all those programs, you kind of need to have a feel for it, and then afterwards, it's gonna be like nothing, bro.
Yeah, but it is kind of it's very Mastodonish, and I don't mind that in a bad way. I don't say that in a bad way to Mastodon because I'm big on that joint, obviously, as I've never shut up about. But I enjoy it. It's got a timeline. It's like if you're an artist and you kind of like value computers not taking your stuff and putting it into a machine to teach it, I mean, that's about what you got right there is that. And also, you might need some cool people. I found some very cool art on that site that I enjoyed. Like, somebody a little bit ago just posted a whole thing of, like, Zelda clad in armor.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I reposted it. So it's like, but I can see that type of stuff and I can support it. And it's like, well, I can't, I mean, that's where I feel a lot of, like, especially, it's DeviantArt, basically.
Yeah, just less fucking
DeviantArt. Well, it's back in the day DeviantArt, because when it was in DeviantArt back in the day, like, I was in college, so I'm going to say circa 2004 to 2008.
Yeah.
Might be off by a year or two.
Yeah, give or take.
You could post stuff there, and it was like, it felt like a community, and it's like you could get your people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I like those vibes, and I kind of like that. Slowly but surely, with all the Twitters and all that stuff, I feel like social media is kind of being slowly taken back with like the Fediverse and places like this, and I'm here for it. I'm wholeheartedly supporting it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. It looked like DeviantArt, but it is. It's pretty much that. The the last time that I was there, they were trying to do a portfolio thing, and this one has it already automatic.
Mhm.
So it's kind of nice to.
You can also divide your projects and all that stuff too. It looks like I've been playing around with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I really like how it is. Like very simple. There's not a lot of like hashtags and that kind of stuff. It's like
Yeah,
all very summed up. And it's not bad because like you
yeah.
either do animation, you either do 2D. So that's fine. Looks flat and
Well, you
shit.
can also do photography, as we found out, because I
Hell
was
yeah.
doing that. They have like 3D art projects. You can show concept art, but it's like you own it. They don't, and they even explain in their blog and all that, like what they take and all that stuff and what they use
Hmm.
stuff for. They even have a feature on there that you can turn on that like prevents AI period from
Yeah,
finding it.
the glaze thing.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, I mean, good on them for taking care of artists, and in this day and age, we kind of need that.
Yeah, I'm like I'm okay with that kind of stuff because I
Hmm.
need my stuff to be protected, and I feel like everywhere is like with the sharks of AI, it's insane.
Yeah, and also it's like getting into places like Mastodon and other joints like that can't be a little intimidating. I understand
Hmm.
that, so I kind of like that it's simplicity in that. So
That's what. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are looking for, like something simple. I don't need like and then how
Hmm.
the thing is going on right now with the fucking X thing is like I only shitpost there anymore. It's like no, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put the
Yeah.
arts on the other thing and that's it.
And it's like even then, it's like you post art there, and I feel like you're like, do I really want to put this here?
Yeah, it's like who cares? Nobody's liking it. And there's a lot more I guess more movement on the camera thing because it's all us there. It's like this is fine. I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Yeah. And like, there's other places, but it's like you do have to put in work to those. So I can understand where it's like you got 10,000 things you're trying to do, and it's like let's add another 5,000 things to your
Yeah,
10,000. I
bro.
can understand that. I can.
Yeah, Instagram right now is like for me it's too much work for what it is. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Oh, completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also it's like I don't trust like everybody's like, oh, Threads is great. I'm like, you guys have done this with Facebook. You've done this with Instagram. You've done this with every social media site Meta owns. What the hell do you think is going to be the difference on Threads? It's the same shit, and it's like we haven't learned yet. That's the infuriating part of that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So,
So,
but that's neither here nor there. Moving on to another thing. New Substack posted, and that's in our socials. I posted on the Desk of Chaos.
mhm.
Hang on, I thought I typed that. I'm sorry. Uh, so one of the things, please tell me that worked. And of course it didn't, because I
So
probably typed it wrong.
you typed it. Wow, it's not showing, I guess. What is going on?
Oh, you know what? I may have disabled it thinking about it. Oh well.
But
Uh, anyway, if you go to it, I'm sure triggering this enough, it'll kind of kick in for the Nightbot to do it. Go to the Desk of Chaos on Substack. We have 1 year later review of Street Fighter 6, like with the DLC that came out recently, the
right,
season 1, not the season 2.
right.
I kind of took a step and saw what was there, compared it to like Tekken and other ones. Is it worth playing still? Have they changed things? Have they made it better? Short answer is yes. Long answer is kinda with a but, and that's just opinions.
Okay.
I will say the season pass. I don't feel grifted as near as much as I would in say other games that I bought.
Rifted.
Like when you have to get the DLC and all that to
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
I will say that on the air. I have enjoyed my experience, but as much as I like Tekken, and I'm not saying that it's bad, Tekken 8's great.
Hmm.
But my first, I remember. Do you remember the show Cheers?
Yeah, of course.
The last episode, like Norm and Sam are sitting there, and Norm's like, "I knew you'd come back," because he just bought the store, bought the bar, and all that stuff, and he was thinking about leaving, but he came back.
Hmm.
And Sam's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "You never leave your first love."
Oh.
And his first love was obviously the bar. So if you think about it, like I have born and bred on 2D, so it's like I can say I like all these games. I love SNK stuff, but it's like I always find myself going back to the well, going back to Street Fighter because that was my first.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's like as much as I scream and moan about it, it's like I'm always gonna go back. I don't know why I fight this.
It's normal. It's natural,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, but it's you always go back to your first love. I kind of that stuck in my brain, and I was like thinking about it the other day. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I kind of did.
That sounds so cute, though. I don't know why it sounds so cute.
Yeah. So that's up there. Please, if you guys are checking this out for the first time, go check it out on the Desk of Chaos. If you guys like, subscribe. It helps me kind of grow the numbers. I know who my audience is. It makes life easier for me to plan content, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if you're, I posted something on Kara, and if people show up, that'd be great. I don't
Yeah,
expect
that's not the
anyone.
end of the world. I know exactly.
But it's been a fun ride. I enjoy what we do here, and we were talking about it earlier. That it's like, well, it's a good, honestly, it's a good hobby. It has made us a bit more social and all that kind of
I
good stuff.
I don't know if it's so much social, but it's like I feel more creative than I have in a while because as dumb as it sounds, like I buy these action figures, it's like, well, I should just make pictures. What the hell? And then next thing I know, I had some extra cash and I bought my little photo setup, and I've been
Yeah.
working at that, and I'm now like I'm pursuing it. I'm obviously doing writing and all that stuff. So I mean, yeah, we kind of stream here, and maybe we should stream more. I would actually, that's kind of a long term thing, but I feel like if we stream here, it's creative and it's like the game stuff. Hey, that's great. Nobody's not. I still play games on here, but I feel like for us, it's like the future is going to lie on a creative end because,
Yeah.
like, I don't like playing games online because I always feel like I have to be on or something, or I'm not talking. I'm focused on the game, and if you're watching it, I can get that being boring. I'm not even mad about it.
Right.
And yeah, so it's like I feel like the future is on a creative end, but I was talking with Illy about this, what was it, Thursday or something? It's like I could write on here, but I find that's counterproductive because one, I have to have an audience, and well, that's gonna be a little bit of a problem
Yeah.
for me sometimes. And two, I don't like spoiling my own writing. It's kind of it's like, okay, if you write as a group, I guess that makes sense. Like we can do a group project. But like with the stories and all that stuff, I don't like revealing because it's like you don't want to see how the sauce is made.
Yeah, no, no. I like doing the artworks and such. I haven't had the time this week. I've been.
But yeah, but that's also a little different because it's like you see, it's like okay, if the sauce is being made in writing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to dilute or dismiss what you do because it's just as important. But your side is like if you're at McDonald's, you're watching a burger being made. The ingredients are already there. You're just
Yeah.
putting it together. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah. My end is more. It's like, well, I gotta make this concoction, and then we gotta test it and all that. Then we end it out to the production.
The thing with me, as of lately, when I'm drawing, is just me like this. I don't fucking shut the fuck up, and I get so tired. Like,
Yeah, I know. I got you.
yeah, and it's like I kind of want to go back to do it. I
Yeah.
always have like new ideas, new concepts, and they're safe for work. They're good for drawing and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But I need to find the energy and the time. I would have done it fine on Thursday, but later I'll go into all my hellish Thursday day because god
Yeah.
damn.
That one was. So we'll just get into that now. I just think might as well get it out of your system. Illy promised last week on the show that
Mhm.
she would have a video up on Thursday.
Yeah.
And she look, credit where credit's due. She did.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna let her finish from here because this is her story.
So it was the morning of Thursday. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna edit, I'm gonna finish that video. For ones that don't know, I'm doing like movie reviews, and I decided to do one that was based on a one of my favorite ones from back in the day, and it had quirky ideas and all that shit. It's a long ass video. It's like around 20 minutes at the end. That was the longest. And I finished it after like the first thing that was driving me nuts was the mouse. Like, I know that the last time I said that, hey, I can use my tablet for doing some editing, it works perfectly for the audio because it's just cut and paste, cut, cut, cut. You know what I mean? With
Mm-hmm.
this, I need to post and put and put more and whatever. And no, it was terrible. It was a nightmare, a nightmare. So here comes little old me. Like, you know what? I finished it. I finished it at a good time. It was like around noon, if I'm correct. And I said, like, I'm gonna
Okay.
post it on YouTube. First thing was there was a scene where I decided to put the whole musical scene, but with no audio of the scene of the movie. Comes Fox telling me, "Oh, that's our project." And me, "Oh, okay, that's no problem. I can fix it." So I go back to the drawing board. I said, "Well, I'm just gonna do a close up, and I'm gonna put a message that it said, Fox is fucking me up. This is me ranting for the next 5 minutes. That's okay." Pass through there, goes to the second round of copyright thing, comes with another one that it's even more worse and more hectic and more, you know. And I'm like, no, no, this is ridiculous. Because the first time it told me, like, you're gonna be banned in certain places. Now this one, no, you're flat out banned. You cannot show this fucking video. And I mean, what the fuck? So after my frustration and all that shit, I just, like, I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm sorry. I did finish it. I still have it on my computer. And I am looking around for posting it somewhere else. A lot of people recommended me BuildTube. I may just try there. Somebody said Daily Motion, but I don't know how that one works. So,
Well, I can say
hmm,
with Daily Motion, we have let's how I put this. We have seen things there that aired the night before, if you follow my logic, and didn't have
yep.
issues.
Hmm. Let me just try it there then.
Yeah, but that's not a guarantee that is going to be what you want it to be. You know,
Ah, yeah. Look, I'm sorry. I've done it on BuildTube, and that's fine. But it's really ridiculous.
infuriating.
Yeah, because, like, you spent the entire day, and it says, like, your channel is not gonna be affected because you're not monetizing me. Yeah, but it's affecting me because
Yeah.
I'm taking all this fucking time to do all this shit. And yeah, so that was my fun experience. I am so sorry. I wanted to finish that, and now it's, like, discouraging me on doing more projects like those. So I am trying to find a way to do that kind of stuff without being fucked. Brandon did recommended me, like, well, draw some artworks from the scenes and such. As like, oh, that's gonna take me even more time because I need to do the
Well, okay, you have
artworks.
to understand. No, yeah, you have to understand. I'm not saying like do like amazing stuff like you usually do. I'm
Right.
talking incredibly quick sketches and like artist rendering. Like it's like imagine like a court documenter doing the drawing of the people, but
Uh
like
huh.
kind of late, but kind of quick.
I
That was
kind of
that was the entire gimmick that I was trying to get you to the first time, and then you was like,
right.
"No, I'm going to do this one." Oh, okay.
I mean,
Because I understand the time sink that's involved in that.
it's a lot just by simply doing the audio. Believe me, the audio
Mhm.
was so much good. It was so much better compared to the first one, even though that I have like 100 views there on that other
Yeah,
one. But it's like, well, I need to figure out where I want to go and how I'm gonna make it work. But
yeah.
yeah,
But all I was saying was like do quickie sketches. You don't have to have like full of detail, just enough to get like your point across as you're talking about it, because that's a great way to circumvent
right.
the video problem.
Well, I need to figure it out. I don't know. It doesn't.
That's just my opinion.
Honestly, it didn't inspire me. When you were telling me, like, yeah, it's a good idea, but it doesn't, like, I don't know. I need to do it and see how it works. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's like I feel like you're like looking at it as like, oh, I gotta do a lot of work, and I'm like, I'm literally saying like you could do better than me when I say this, but it's like I'm talking like do like really like very simplistic sketches of the scenes, just enough that you have something in the background to talk about as you're talking. Much like what we have with the show here, we have the PNGers moving.
Yeah.
But instead of like us moving, it could be like you talking and bouncing in the background in the theater, and then the sketch up there to talk about that, and then when you get to the next scene, move to that scene.
Right. Well, I need
Because
to figure
what my
out.
logic is what yeah, what I'm saying is most people that watch those things, I
Hmm.
feel like they're watching them for the content of what you're talking about, not so much the visual, because they've seen the visual.
No, some of them did. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, I'm talking like they've seen the movie is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Or it gets them curious enough to go find the movie. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So, but I understand also it can be a little bit of a time sink. I understand
Yeah,
that.
it's like it sounds really easy, but I try to like put it on my brain. It's like, god damn. It's like even though that it's like a small thing, it's like doing what is it? Storyboards. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I get
So
you.
I don't know. I need to think about it and see how I'm gonna do that. So
Yeah. You're also, and I'm not trying. This is also where I feel like you're discouraged because you put all that time and energy into it, which I understand is
yeah.
incredibly infuriating.
Hmm.
But you have to understand also, this is like your second video where you've done something like this, and this is where you work out the kinks before you have to crawl before you walk, is what I'm at.
Oh yeah. Oh for sure, for sure. And it's like,
Yeah.
if this is anything, it's also like I need to fucking purge my fucking computer because today I learned that I don't have enough space anymore. But I need to figure out where the space is going because honestly, one or two
I need a disc
artworks.
cleanup.
I did before I started this. I did a disc cleanup, so I think I
Did
need.
you maybe a defrag also?
I did that.
Okay, yeah, then
So
there's something there.
no, I need to like. It's been a while. I need to dump all my sketches and artworks on the
Okay.
drive because yeah, everyone needs to understand that I have a big fucking drive of a terabyte sitting
Yeah, we
on.
bought that with a reason.
Yeah, so I need to do that again and post everything. Save all that
Yeah.
shit. I had to erase a bunch of shit, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
Well, it was not. If it was important, you'd have kept it.
Yeah, like I was more worried for the videos for the intro here and all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
what worried me.
You may want to also make copies onto that for that then, just to be safe, so we
Oh,
got a backup.
they're already there.
Oh,
But
okay.
for
Okay.
me, it's a bitch that I need to go back, pull them out. Blah 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 blah. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
There may also be programs that you're not using that you may want to consider getting rid of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So
So.
yeah, that's pretty
Okay.
much.
Well, that's been the adventures of well, on her end. Welcome to the show, by the way, if you're just joining us. This is the Half-Ass Show on MNR. Please, if you guys are enjoying, consider following us. We do talk about things, and we do more than this
Hmm.
on occasion. I
We
will say going
we
on.
bitch
Oh,
a
go ahead.
lot. Sorry, we do
Yeah.
bitch a lot.
I will say. So like I said, Sunday and Thursday this week, I was playing Street Fighter 6.
Hmm.
So Sunday, I was just kind of stretching the muscles again, seeing how I do and all that stuff. Got made bronze rank with Akuma, and then Thursday I did the what I call the segment "Rank at the Gates of Hell." If you're a comic
Right.
book fan and if you don't get that, we're doing
Wait.
something wrong here. If you do get it, we should be friends. Follow us.
What? Okay.
You don't get the joke, do you?
No, Brandon, I don't read comics.
Well, it's based off of a popular movie, also.
What movie?
Constantine.
I haven't watched Constantine in like 2 million fucking
Yeah.
years, even though that I love him.
Yeah. So to explain the joke here of this,
Uh huh.
the movie Constantine is based off a very important story in the comic books of Hellblazer called Rake at the Gates of Hell.
Okay.
So I always bitch about like rank is just a pain in the ass. So I decided to play a parody and go rank at the Gates of Hell.
Are you putting that on the fucking stream, by the way?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then it's like everybody hears that, and this is the exact response. Which I get, but for me, it's amusing.
I still hear that, but that's fine. I don't want to repeat
You hear
it.
that constantly.
I love that show. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But on to my ranked gaming experience. Okay.
Mm.
I am playing one of the characters that is just Akuma, if you don't know, is one of the weakest health bar characters. Like his life will like cut in an instant,
Uh huh.
but his power is just so insane that little fragment, if you can survive, you can crush people. The
Mm.
term glass cannon comes to mind when it comes to Akuma.
What is glass cannon, please? Explain.
Basically, if you punch something, you would break glass. But the thing is so damn powerful that if it hits you like a Mack truck.
Oh. Interesting.
So if you get hit, you take a major damage. But if you can hit back and you could it's sort of like, would you exchange raw power for health?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's why Akuma has been jokingly called a glass cannon, because the dude is just insanely strong with his attacks, but it only takes a little bit to kick his ass. So playing as him is a very risk-reward situation, and look, I'm not gonna lie, Thursday was ass kick a go-go for Brandon. I just got wrecked. But it's also ranked, and I also know that there's a lot of people like I really one of these days should go to a in-person tournament, like where there's no internet connection, and see how I actually fare. Because like I play the game and I'm like, I feel really confident in my gameplay, but then it's like I go online and I got my ass kicked and I'm like, is it the internet or is it me? You know?
I think it's a little bit of both. Not gonna lie, because there's some people that just
I'm
take
not saying I'm the
advantage.
best either.
Yeah, no, there's people that take advantage of the lag. For sure.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's one of those, like, I don't mind getting my ass beat if I learn something, but it's like, I feel like when I play these people, it's just like, I'm not learning anything, I'm just a punching bag, and it's like, I get close, and then suddenly they close the gap, and I'm like, okay, I know not all of you are that good. I know there's people out there that can, like, hold back and then destroy.
I know there's some simpletons out there. Where are you, simpletons?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I am not saying, don't get me wrong. I like to be able to carry my own, and I know I'll get my ass beat at moments. That's natural. That's life.
Right.
But I feel like I'm not one of those people that's going to break down frames and do all this shit. It's like, well, does this combination work? No. Okay, back to the well. Does this combination work? Maybe. Put a pin in that. Okay, I need to kind of practice this character again and get some sense, you know?
I understand.
So, it's just... Also, like we were talking about off air, like with the M. Bison thing, like, I don't know if you've noticed, especially on Twitter as of late, all the M. Bison shit is just coming out for Raul Julia.
Oh, yeah. God bless his soul in heaven.
Yeah, but it's just funny. It's like, you know, we were having dinner today and we were talking, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's like this food's good, and I actually turned back and I went, of course, like the meme.
Honestly, we need to buy that movie. I keep saying it.
One of these days.
Yeah, it's like cheaper than the Steelbook, bro. Oh my god. But it's...
Also, it's very funny to me that one of the, like the plot of that movie is bad, because look, say what you will, Street Fighter's not got the best plot, and then we put Jean-Claude Van Damme and, like, those people in there.
Right.
And this entire movie is carried by a guy who is literally doing a deathbed acting class.
It's like...
And in the process, looks at the scenery and goes, I can chew that, I can chew that, I can really chew that, I can chew that.
I was remembering that I watched that movie on theaters. Did you watch that on theaters?
So did I.
Oh, God. I remember the face of my parents like, why the fuck are we there?
Oh, yeah. God bless my father. God bless my father. May he rest well. But he's probably up in heaven, like, without Julia, like, so I saw that movie of yours. We gotta talk, man. Why did my kid drag me to that?
Oh, dear Lord. I thought it was a fun movie.
Oh, but the thing is, it's like, as it's aged, like, if it wasn't for Raul Julia, that movie would have been forgotten years ago.
Oh, fucking hell yeah.
But it's like, the only reason we remember that movie is just his performance. It's just so... I don't think Over a Top does it justice. I don't know what you'd explain it as, except, like... Not even an epitaph. I mean,
it's a quotable fucking movie, funny looking. The more you look at it, the more things you find.
Around Julia's. That's the thing.
It's like whatever. Like, oh, you remember the day that you were destroyed? All your life went to the shit, and you know what? For me, it was Tuesday. God bless that fucking phrase. I love that fucking movie. It's
But you
just
know, when we get that game, we're going to be doing that. That is going
you
to be
better-
a phrase if I play Bison on stream.
You better fucking say that. You better play on Tuesdays nights. God damn.
Well, I know Rockagoth, I actually, when she was doing Tekken Tuesdays at one point, it's like, she's like, oh, Tekken Tuesday, and I would literally post the Bison scene of like, but for me, it was Tuesday.
For me, it was just Tuesday.
Yeah.
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Still, it's like, all the quotes are from, it's not even like, we don't even remember, like, Van Damme's like, look, let's be fair here, if you remember that movie, he kind of did the Sonic Boom kick, and he did it really good.
Look, bro, he had to do something good besides
Yeah,
banging
but I'm
Kylie
just
Minogue.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, it's like, we should be remembering his, wow, he really landed that kick. No, we just remember Bison going, I beheld Satan! It's just like, damn.
You know what I remember also? The scene that always sticks with me are two. And one of them is Guile when he takes out the fucking knife and everyone gets like spooked up. It's like, oh my god, that is such a stupid joke. And I always remember it. And then I remember everything from Raul Julia because that was the movie. Raul Julia being Bison. So.
Oh, I remember one other thing from that movie. Where E Honda and Zangief are fighting in a model city and they just put Godzilla noises in.
Yes, that's the best one also.
I forgot about that till now. I'm like, oh yeah, that's in there.
And then it's like the fucking, it was the people
and the guys are looking at it like, huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the ones that are looking at it, it's the only Japanese people talking in Japanese. Like, my god, can the joke keep on going? It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, Sanjeev was a fucking moron.
Yeah,
I love him. I love him. Great flick. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Yeah. And let's remember.
What?
Let us remember.
What?
The animated cartoon is based off the movie. That's right, guys. The one on USA Network was based off that movie.
I love that. You have no idea how much I love that. It's great.
You don't like the movie. You don't like the cartoon. I know you don't.
What is wrong with you? I don't like it, but it's so funny to look.
Oh, yeah, train wreck wise, it's awful.
Yeah, it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck that you can't stop watching.
And I remember. No, exactly. And I remember I bought I have the 30th edition of Street Fighter. Like, they made a version of it for like a collectible. And I remember I was at GameStop and I saw that and I'm like, what the hell? I'll buy it. And my rationale at the time was, okay, I'm getting a bunch of games, but I get all the CDs for this. I got the soundtrack sitting there for the entire series now.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this is worth it. This is fine. And then it dawned on me, I got a DVD. I'm like, okay, there's an anime for the whatever called current. And then I was like, what the hell is this? And I popped it in and I'm like, oh god, I own the entire USA Network Street Fighter show. What the fuck just happened in my life? and then, like, episode 10, why am I still watching this?
Because you cannot watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a train wreck. I can't stop watching. You know which one I haven't watched, but I don't know if it's part of it.
Cool statue.
Oh yeah. But you know what's the one that I haven't watched that I kind of want to watch and I don't want to watch? Darkstalkers.
What is it? Oh no, the American made one's a whole different ball of wax. Let's not even go near that one.
I know that. I've seen images. It's terrible.
But don't fret, Illy. If I'm correct, I have to look it up, but I think we have the Street Fighter 2 animated movie in that collection also.
What, the good one?
Yeah, the good one.
That's a classic. Wait. Is it the uncensored one?
I would imagine.
Better has boobs. That's
Don't
all
quote
I
me
want to say.
I actually haven't watched it in a while, so I couldn't really tell you. So.
What happened with the...
What the hell did I type? I didn't even know I typed that. Didn't even know I typed that. So, well, there's that.
Bro, that sounds cursed. That looks cursed because I am not even close to the fucking keyboard.
Yeah, I think my Trapper Keeper kind of hit the buttons there and I didn't pay attention.
Just a bunch of... even the Magic Ninja Robot said, like, that was stupid. Please shut up. Keep on going.
Yeah. Twitch is sentient, I know.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, let's get into the thick of it here. Did enough talking.
Yeah.
about useless shit. Not more useless shit.
It's the fucking show. That's
So,
what it
Summer Game
is.
Fest. Yeah, that's why it's half-assed.
Hmm.
Summer Game Fest came out, and so we had Saturday we had a show, and then I'm trying to look here. Bear with me.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
trying to find what we had. Microsoft came out with theirs version of a Nintendo Direct on Sunday after we did the show.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah,
What?
and they announced everything that was going. Yeah. Well, they announced everything that was coming out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Yeah, everything announced. I'm looking on this on IGN begrudgingly because I'm too
A
lazy.
whole lot of nothing, if I recall.
Yes and no. So the big thing about this is, kind of gotta give them this. They are actually kind of doing their multi-platform thingy.
Okay.
Because Doom: The Dark Ages, because we need another
Another
Doom,
Doom.
is going to be multi-platform. They've said as much.
Yeah.
They announced the game Sea of Thieves. That is also multi-platform, and that actually apparently topped the PlayStation digitals
Okay.
for the week or something. Add to that your Call of Duty, that's probably going to be multi-platform because, reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. What other game? State of Decay 3, if you're into that game.
I don't even know what
Dragon
that is.
Age, but that's EA. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a new Dragon Age that'll be coming out.
Okay.
I'm literally skimming through this. Starfield DLC, if you still play that game.
I only know a kid that does that.
World of Warcraft, The War Within gets its expansion, whatever.
Mm,
Because I don't care about World of Warcraft. Sorry, guys.
clearly.
Metal Gear Solid Delta, or David Hayter's comeback story. Because I swear to God, that's the only person that's actually pushing that.
Can I talk about the first minute that I saw it and then I said, fuck that shit?
Go ahead.
Yo,
Go ahead.
fuck that shit. Like, I said, like, you know what? Brendan is giving a lot of poop for this video. a lot of poop for this remake and whatever. And you know what? I've been supportive of the remakes because, yes. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's see how they stroke my ego and, like, you know what we need? We need a voice. No, wait. That's how he started. Like, oh, you know what the people need? The people need the actual voices in me. No, we don't.
So I'll go into why I'm not really supporting the Metal Gear Delta game.
Mhm.
All right?
Mhm.
So with Silent Hill 2, and
Yes.
you can confirm or deny this because you are a resident fangirl of this, a lot of the creative people are involved with that were in the original, yes?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So that one, it's like, okay, I get where they're going with that. Now, I want everybody that's listening to think about this. What is the first person you think of when you think of Metal Gear?
Kojima.
I'll wait. Kojima. Hideo Kojima. And so, as much as David Hayter wants to be the face, hate to tell you, dude, and look, this is all respect. You wrote the good X-Men movie. Not even disputing that, and you seem like you're a good voice actor. Not taking anything away from you. Really, I'm not. I like him. But when you think of Metal Gear, you think of Kojima because of all the crazy shit he put into it. And also, he is the face, and he was the face of Konami.
Yeah, he was the one that actually made all that crap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, without Kojima's involvement, yes, they own the franchise, Konami. Yes, they are allowed to do these things. I'm not even saying that it's bad they're doing them. But it feels like a shell. It's like, how do I, what's a good example? Like, imagine, I don't want to use that one. I'm trying to think of an example. Go ahead, yes.
So, it's not that it's a shell, it's just, imagine you have a 3D printer and you're trying to 3D print a figure arts without the fucking things. It's probably gonna look really good, but it's not the figure arts with no accessories.
Yeah.
It just looks really pretty to see, but it's
That might be a good answer.
right.
And I'm not saying that they have every right to remake it. I'm not saying they don't.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. I can't support a remake after everything that happened between Kojima and Konami. And look, say what you will, I know they're making a new, and I'm using air quotes here, Silent Hill game with Silent Hill 2, and they look like they're trying to do some new things also with like the flower one of that. They're trying new things.
Yeah.
They did a new, and again in air quotes, Contra with Way Forward, but that was essentially a remake of the first game with pretty graphics. Still good. I own it.
uh,
Can't
uh,
say anything about it, but
go,
it is a remake.
going back to the Silent Hill, they actually did one original one this last year, which is the short message one. That is,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah, that's a new fucking
Yeah.
game.
Okay. So they're yeah. So they're showing signs of they want to do new things. That's fine. I'm not even saying that these are bad. But after everything, and Kojima is just so associated with Metal Gear, it's hard for me to take my head out of it. And like, yes, Resident Evil 2, they remade that and they didn't use a lot of the same people, but it worked out pretty good because they put new elements in there.
Right.
And I feel like all we're getting from what I've seen of the Delta game is we're getting a prettier version of the original. And that happened with Resident Evil 4. And well, that while everybody loves that game and says it's the greatest thing ever, I played it on the GameCube. It
Yeah.
didn't change that much, and I was actually more disappointed about that than anything.
Yeah, I played it on the PlayStation 2, and for what you told me, it's like it's pretty much the same shit. So
My real complaint about Resident Evil 4 was there was a great stealth mechanic that they built in there, and it had a lot of good ideas behind it.
right,
And it made sense with how the world is in that game that you would want to maybe consider some stealth aspects.
right,
But after they do the stealth section at the beginning, it kind of becomes moot because then you're just going on the rails with the Resident Evil thing. The only thing I would say about Resident Evil 4 that was good was Ashley was not near as annoying.
that's what I heard. And there's
That's
no
all I can
penny.
say.
There's no penny shots. That everyone was bitching about. Like, bro, what the fuck?
That's fine, and that does not need it. But I mean, that's the thing. Okay, people want like flashier games that they played when they were kids. Okay, I guess that's cool. But I got intrigued with Resident Evil because of the stealth mechanic and the promise of it, and I got disappointed when it wasn't in there.
Right.
And that's not because I like stealth mechanics more, but it's like you guys are selling me this, but I don't get to use it.
Right. Sorry, Phoebe. Sorry,
So
I'm moving here because Phoebe needed some pets.
okay. And yeah, so when it comes to the Metal Gear remake, I'm very hesitant and I'm not really wanting to support it because the guy that made it's not there. Silent Hill makes sense because there's a lot of the people that made that one working there and they want to continue with it. That's fine. Why not take? I mean, I get it. Konami's all about the cash money and they want to just regurgitate everything.
Oh,
But
yeah.
all this time that we're making a Metal Gear Solid Delta, we could be making a new franchise. But I digress.
Yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, they're trying with new things. On my end with the Silent Hill, there's a lot of like, I don't know. Look, the game hasn't come out. Let's be fair, right?
Yeah.
They haven't really showed anything beyond what we saw, which is a bit of the gameplay, a bit of this, a bit of that. They haven't shown a lot of the characters, and then they're like, what everyone is pissed off is like, oh, it's just that first they wanted something original with it, and they got that, and now it's like, no, we want the original from it. You didn't get it. It's like, make up your fucking goddamn minds. The people are trying to get something done. It's like, oh, it's like the worst fucking team ever. It's like, there's people that can get better. If you don't let them get better or give them the opportunity to be better, how in the fuck are they gonna get better? Am I making sense?
You're 100%. I'm with you on that completely.
So, in this case, with the Metal Gear Solid thing, I don't think it's better. I think they just patched up everything so it looks better. Because honestly, the original story is good. It's already good. Like, if I want to play it again, guess what? We play Metal Gear Solid 3.
We have it on the PlayStation 3, by the way.
There you go. We don't need anything else. I don't think I need something like, okay, they're adding up some stuff. The only thing that I got to, because I couldn't stand David Hayter talking with his dick, was that, well, now the battle damage is gonna be with you all over the place. And that's kind of creative. I kind of want to see my fucking snake all fucked up. That'd be great. But it's just it's something that it's a look. Does that make sense?
So Am I the only person that kind of wishes
Hmm.
that the Snake in this one was voiced by Keanu again, just to piss off David Hayter, or not Keanu, Kiefer Sutherland,
Kiefer
just to piss off Peter?
Sutherland.
I forgot it wasn't Keanu; it was Kiefer Sutherland in 5 that played that voice
Yeah, I like
Snake.
him. I like his voice, but
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, it's like, can we just, because technically, canonically, it is Kiefer Sutherland as the voice of Snake as much as he wants it to be him.
yeah.
Like,
I,
at the time, I feel like Kojima even said, it's like, dude, budget, I kind of have to work with what I got.
my God, and he's already thinking about making a movie. That guy that appeared in the Furiosa one, that looks exactly like fucking Snake, is like, oh, I have an idea. I mean, please stop, bro, stop.
I would not be against a Metal Gear Solid movie. I really wouldn't. As long as... Because that's an adaptation in my mind. That's different than doing a remake of a game of a guy. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
There's talk of doing one. I think they got a director for that, and he's slowly working on it, but you kind of have to let that guy cook, because it's like there's such crazy concepts that you have to rationalize in a real-world way and also update it to current settings, because scary as it sounds, I hate to break it to everybody, Metal Gear Solid, with all the concepts and all the shit that they were talking about, and Metal Gear Solid 2 especially, not only are socially relevant, in some ways they're actually out of date now with all the shit that's happened.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That should terrify anybody more than anything.
So, the thing is, whatever, they're trying to do the thing, and I'm just like, whatever. I know, I understand there's a lot of people that are looking forward for that game, and that's fine. I think my downer was that this guy didn't shut up about it. And it's like, bro, this is not your show. This is something else. You know?
Well, but he's gonna make it his way, because like I said, whatever happened in Metal Gear Solid 5, it pissed him off to the point where he has like a massive grudge against Kojima, where it's like, I understand it's like, Solid Snake, you are the voice, not taking that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see the rationale from Kojima of like, look, I got a bigger budget now. This is not the OG character. This is not like replacing Peter Cullen from Optimus Prime with like, guy who sounds totally different. This is actually a different character entirely, and he would sound different.
Right.
Because that entire thing, if we're going to hold by that, Solidus, Liquid, and a couple other Snake clones should all sound like Hater.
Yeah.
So we've already established canonically that they will all sound different to some degree. So in my brain, it was like, okay, Kiefer Sutherland as Naked Snake makes complete sense.
Right.
But, all right, we're getting too much into that. Let us move on here. I wasn't trying to turn into a Metal Gear Solid rant. I really wasn't.
No, it was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah. Let's see here. I mentioned Sea of Thieves. Perfect Dark. They're still doing a reboot, apparently, and they announced gameplay at that.
Yeah, that looks really blah, I guess.
It looks very... I feel like people are like, it looks like the N64 game. I'm like, should you not be worried about that?
So, I don't get it.
Yeah. Age of Mythology, which is a spinoff of Age of Empires, is getting release. There's a new Diablo 4. Huh? What? Oh, okay. Diablo 4 is getting its expansion. It got a release date. Fable's coming back. I mean, people that like it. I'm not saying that's bad. Life is Strange gets a classic character and a new entry. I don't know. I'm running through like the summary of this.
Honestly,
Flight Simulator 2024 lands in November.
There's another Flight Simulator? Well, why not?
Yeah. And the Indiana Jones game, which...
Oh, yo, I haven't seen shit from that. I have not seen shit.
Well, there's a new trailer out there. Oh, and then Assassin's Creed Shadow got a gameplay trailer, which sure looked like Ghost of Tsushima to me.
Oh, yeah. I love that everyone is like, wow, they're making it like extra racist or something like that. I mean, why? Oh, because because it's like it has fucking hip hop music on the background with the Japanese
Yeah, they did that. It's called Samurai Champloo.
Yeah. Isn't that great?
Honestly, I thought that show was good.
Oh, Samurai Champloo wasn't bad. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but that's also a Watanabe joint. So it's like, the guy that made Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I'm in.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's like, oh, and then it's like we have Afro Samurai. It's like that's not a new thing, guys. It's like I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what? I need to address something real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was talking. Okay, I didn't know I had to stop talking. Okay, I guess I'm vamping here. I don't know what's. Okay, I don't know. I'm just. How's everybody doing out there? Because I'm just kind of doing things here at this point. If you guys are liking what you're hearing here, and we're doing our thing. We're talking about games. We're talking about personal projects. We're on Car now, obviously. You can join us over on. You can follow us here, and you can join us there. I'm trying to keep this talking as she's doing a thing. Yeah. Go me and talking. This works well all the time. This really works all the time very well, I have to be honest. And yeah. Talking, waiting for Illy, because I can't talk to myself because I look kind of crazy. And this is not working well, is it? Oh well. I'm looking here if there's anything else from the thing that came out. I talk like this more. I talk more than I do on my own fucking streams by myself. Jeez. Yeah. Did not expect to be doing this much rambling like this, so I just sound like a crazy person that doesn't know what they're talking about anymore and has no brain. This is fun.
Sorry. Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry. It's just that Lefty left me a price there.
Oh.
So sorry about that. I did not control the cat. I already slapped her twice. So.
Okay.
Whew. Yeah, I had to take care of it. Sorry. My bad.
All right. Could you not blow into the microphone like intensely?
Sorry. It's just yeah. Sorry. How's things?
I don't know. I just kind of vamped.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you while I was running around with the fucking. Oh, hey, Rockagov!
Hey! Boy, I could have used you a few minutes ago.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know why the programs aren't running on this because I have the thing up at the moment and nothing's really working. Huh.
That's weird.
Whatever.
That's weird.
I'll work on that. Yeah, welcome to the show.
So,
me talking for a minute like a schizophrenic.
Brandon was like, that was literally him for 5 minutes. Oh god. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, and then me.
I am so sorry.
Oh my god.
It happens. I knew like you were gonna get pissed off because I always do this, but in this case, it was a major thing. It was stinking everything. Oh my god! Okay. Jesus Christ Almighty!
So if you're just joining us, welcome to the channel. We're talking about the Summer Game Fest and Microsoft, and so we were talking about the Assassin's Creed, and apparently you said something about like people aren't liking the trailer because of hip hop.
Yeah. Well. People were saying that it was really racist because they're putting hip-hop and Japanese stuff. The best comment that I saw was, oh, yeah, sure. And this is like the most weavest thing ever. Of course, let them be doing like some summer thing and the cherry blossoms are in the background of me. Who is fucking paying attention? Just you, bro. I mean...
Look, I played the game already. It was called Ghost of Tsushima, and it was very good. I don't need to play it again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, honestly, it's Assassin's Creed should have stopped ages ago.
I'm not against them trying new things, but my only complaint with the Assassin's Creed games, especially after Valhalla, was Jesus Christ, can you just get to the point? I don't need to do every side quest every 2 feet.
I feel like the story, I don't care. they're all the same. Yeah, Rakaga said their games are so
Yeah,
samey, all of them, and it's true.
yeah, I agree.
It's like I want to know what was beyond, but I feel like it is like, well, in the next chapter we will know. Like, why? I want to know it now,
We'll find out today on Assassin's Creed.
bro. That's been doing it since what, 2011, I think.
You could argue since the start.
Well, it's 2011 when it started, right? I don't remember. 2009? Not sure.
Yeah, the Black Flag was actually really good. Yeah, you're talking the other pirate game because I forgot that the pirate game that they just released was based off the Assassin's Creeds of
No
Black
te
Flag. I forgot about
No te
that.
mames. It's a based off another game kind of game. Oh my god.
They literally took it's like,
Oh
wow, this
my
engine for
God.
Assassin's Creed we built with boats is great. We should make a different game out of it. But you made it. It's called Assassin's Creed. And this is why this is why I cannot wait for Star Wars Outlaws to come out. Not because I want to play it, but I can already hear everybody complaining about it.
Brandon, right now everyone is already complaining about that new show.
I'm sure. I haven't even watched the show, and I'm like, whatever. But it's like there's two different kinds of Star Wars fans at this point.
Oh boy.
Yeah, there is the ones who are just like, well, we're just here, we might as well. And then
Yeah.
there's the ones that are like, I remember this when I was a kid. This ain't what it was like when I was a kid. I don't like it. I don't like how they're making me think things.
Yep.
Pretty much.
It's just that they don't
Like,
shut
I'm
up.
sitting there and it's like, yeah, it's like, I'm sitting there, it's like, I remember when Ahsoka came out, I'm like, yes, Thrawn, thank you. Everybody's like, oh, that show sucks. I'm like, this is literally Heir to the Empire in motion.
I thought it was really cool looking, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I like the.
I still go with the...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, God. I still say this when it comes to the Star Wars stuff. You don't have to like the new stuff. Nobody's even saying you have to like all of it. If you don't like it, watch the stuff you like and leave the rest of us alone.
Right, leave me alone with my toy. This is I want to be with
Yeah.
this thing and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's like people bitching about X-Men and then like realizing there's so much social commentary in it, it's not even funny.
It's like right now with the Silent Hill thing. Like, please shut up. I'm trying to have a nice time right now. Please.
Yeah. But to Peter back onto the Ubisoft thing, it's like I cannot wait for that game because I can already hear gamers bitching about like I can't go 2 feet without doing a side quest in this game, and it's not, and I don't get anything for them. I'm like, yeah, that's a Ubisoft game anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing really interesting going on there.
I remember when they came out with a Splinter Cell.
Mhm.
They had the Prince of Persia, Sands Kimes game, which was awesome. Even the two that followed it, while they weren't great, were still okay. You had your Rainbow Six. You had all of these really good games. It's like everyone was different. And now it's like, we have an open world simulator. What label are we going to put on it this week?
I don't remember what was the second game of the Prince of Persia. What was it?
Warrior Within. That was the one with the Godsmack song.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I remember now. Oh yeah, I remember now. First scene,
Which
a lot of
I
bugs.
couldn't even finish that game because of that.
What? Because of God's
I couldn't even finish that game. As soon as that song started, I'm like, I'm out.
What is wrong with you? I thought that is like, damn, you start with a pair of ass. That's what you started with it. It's like,
So, again, this guy goes back to where I used to live, and they played that damn song, and they played Godsmack all the time. And then we had that song, I think it was part of I think it was the Scorpion King or one of the Mummy movie spinoffs that they used that song for all the ads. So it was like, for that year it was out, that's all you heard.
I need to look for that song.
like,
I forget
didn't
what
need-
song it is.
It's called, but it's like, I heard it, and I'm like, I don't need to hear this again. And it's like, it started,
we
the game was
do!
kind of getting janky, I'm like, I'm out.
We do. Let me look it up. Just what. Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, it's also, I remember, this is how, like, interesting Ubisoft was at one point. Do you remember the game End War?
yeah, I remember that.
For those of you that don't remember it, because I was expecting you to say no, so now I fucked up. Um,
Go for
it
it.
was a Tom Clancy game, but it was like their attempt to put a real-time strategy game on a console. And the way they did it was they did it through voice control. You had a Bluetooth speaker
Yes.
or you had a headset, and you would just do audible commands. And while it wasn't the greatest,
It
I
was
liked it
awful.
for one simple reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they tried something.
Oh God.
It was bad, but it was like a unique try on something. You have to give them credit where credit's due. That's the Ubisoft I like, the one that's like, well, this is a crazy concept. Let's just give this a go. If it doesn't work, oh well, it's the Tom Clancy franchise.
I remember because my brother used to play that one, and I used to laugh every time that the fucking soldier says, "We can't do that." That's so great.
And my parents got pissed at me because it's like, you know how my people that listen to the show know how my voice is. So it's like you hear in the other part of the house, move to Sector 7, flank over there. And it's like my parents are like, what the hell are you talking? Oh, he's doing that again. Turn the volume up.
Fire is like, we can't do that. It's really funny that you didn't expect me to know that game, and I did. That's funny.
Yeah, well, because I remember our first time playing Splinter Cell, and I was like, well, she might remember this.
Wow. No, yeah, I remember playing with you, and you were like, "You're terrible, Lillian." I mean, yeah, I'm terrible because I don't know how to do it.
I wasn't so I wasn't expecting you to be good. I really wasn't.
Thank
but
you.
It was like something we were trying together. I just didn't expect you to spectacularly fail as you did, because it's like a game where it's like tactical. I'm like, okay, she understands the basics. Then you're like, I'm gonna go here and shoot things. I'm like, no. And it's like you hear the computer. It's just like, you have ruined the entire mission. You have to now get out of there alive.
Yeah.
And I'm like sitting there like, God damn it.
Yeah. I was there to ruin your fucking. I thought that you learned with Dead Space 3. By this time, what are we playing? We already played Dead Space.
I think we played this before that.
Okay, so Dead Space 3. Well, you already knew. I don't know why you were surprised then for Dead Space 3, me blowing you up into smithereens.
Well, I wasn't surprised with you blowing me up. I was more surprised with me just cleaning house and like saving you, and then like. And then, like, all of a sudden, the explosive that you threw blew up in my face, and we had to restart the entire encounter. That's where I was more like, really?
The best thing was, like, the first time that I did it was like, well, I want to try this gun. Let me try it while you are doing things. I am not gonna shoot you. And I shoot you directly. It's like, oh. Brendan's gonna get pissed off. And that's where the boom came in. It's been there. We're married because of the boom.
But yeah, that's so far been the Summer Game Fest to kind of pat around it. But everybody's like, oh, Microsoft just, they killed it. They did the best presser of the Summer Game Fest. Okay, you know what? I'm going to level with you. They had a very good one. They had a better one than Sony.
Yeah.
That wasn't hard to do, though.
Art was so in the floor that it's not even funny.
Yeah. And that's from a position of, we don't need to do shit. We're going to come out with something eventually. You're all going to come back. So why the fuck are we going to flex right now? We're still cooking. Okay, that's fine. But what I love is everybody's like, oh, this is the Microsoft. I'm like, uh-huh. This is cool. I'm just going to point this out. Remember when they revealed the Xbox One and all the draconian stuff they wanted to do with it?
Oh, yeah.
That was only almost 10 years ago, guys.
Oh, God, Brandon.
Do you really think... But my point is, we have the Game Pass that they're really trying to push, and they don't want you to own your physical games.
Yeah.
They've made it... It's all out there. And I'm not saying that these games are bad, or that they're going to be bad. I'm kind of curious of the Doom one, I'm not going to lie, but I am going to be very waitful on that one simply because the last one pissed me off so much.
Well, I got nothing. I'm just waiting for everything to blow
up. But that's exactly what I'm waiting for too, because all Microsoft has to do is just do one thing wrong, and it's all going to come out again.
Yep.
And I don't know where it's going to happen, but it will. And I know this sounds pessimistic from my part, but I haven't trusted Microsoft since anything. One of my exes that I dated kind of said it best to me, and it kind of stuck with me, and she was right. For the love of God, don't buy an Xbox. Don't support Microsoft. I just can't do that.
Wow.
Because I was going to go buy an Xbox 360. I was hesitant about it. But then she was like, just please, don't do it. Just buy a PlayStation if you're going to buy one. Just please.
Oh, wow. That's a big whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but at the same time, she probably saved me a lot of money because I probably would have gotten a Red Ring.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, folks. Remember, the Xbox bricked. The Xbox 360 bricked. We remember that game system so well until you can't play it.
Well, our PlayStation 3 bricked also.
Well, mine did too, but it's like that those were not near as prevalent as they were with the Microsofts. Like Microsoft was a ticking time bomb with the Xbox 360. You just didn't know when it was going to happen.
True on that. Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, defects in software and computers are going to happen. That's just a law of averages.
Yeah.
You could get hit. The statistical millions of systems they sell, about 2,000 of them are going to brick. That's just a statistical fact.
Yeah. I mean, I think because it was like the first model that we got, and then I got the slim one, and that one is perfect. Like, it still kind of works right now, but it's old and it's fucked up. So,
okay, you can get pissed off at like, okay, well, I just sunk all this money, but I gotta buy a new one. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
When it's like, I just sunk all this money into this Xbox 360. You too? Mine did the same thing. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. It was just so... And Microsoft was like, tough shit.
Yeah, I remember.
They didn't try and replace it or anything like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Gaming right now would be 100% different because Microsoft had Sony on the ropes with that system. If they had actually done customer service... and they had actually fixed that red ring of death, we'd be playing Xbox systems instead of PlayStations.
Yeah.
I am very confident in that.
No, 100% there. Mm-hmm.
So, say what you will about Microsoft, they don't give a shit about their consumers. You can not like PlayStation for a lot of reasons. Most of them valid. But at least I know I get a system that I can depend on.
Yeah.
So, that's just my opinion.
It's more like you get your money's worth with PlayStation, sadly.
Well, it's not even that. It's also a lot of the games I like skewed to the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
That's just how it is. Their exclusives I like better than I do the Xbox ones. That's just preference. If people like Xbox and Microsoft, fine. You do you. Mm-hmm. Just know what you're walking into.
For sure. I'm with you there.
So, yeah. So, Summer Game Fest, I think, is going to wind up this week because rumors are Nintendo is going to drop their Direct on the 18th. That's the rumor going around right now.
When is that?
Because Among Us apparently leaked it out by accident.
Tuesday? Is it?
Yeah, that sounds about it. Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll know pretty much Monday or Tuesday if it's going to be this week. They usually drop them a day before.
Yeah, it's Tuesday on the 18th.
Yeah. So, and all they have to do on that one is just... My Hail Mary is we get some information on the new Switch. My realistic thing is probably
Metro
not
Prime.
that.
Metro Prime. Brandon wants the Metro Prime.
Honestly, yes. Won't even dispute that. But also at the same time, I would kind of like to see what the new system is. And also, I want to see if they're going to put Tears of the Kingdom on there on that system and kind of have what happened with the Switch. Because Breath of the Wild ran a lot better on the Switch. I have it for the Wii U. I can attest to this. And you can see the difference when you play Tears of Kingdom with all the people there. So imagine what they could do on a system that's actually kind of unrestricted from that.
Switch is like... The Switch, honestly, has been black magic. It's black magic there. It's like a black magic little thing.
I've seen some of the shit that they've done on that system, and I'm still amazed at what they did.
100% there.
So, that's not to say the Switch is showing its age. The Switch is showing its age. It's just time on that at that point. It's still the little system that could, but it's just time.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but that'll probably be the wrap up the Summer Game Fest next week, unless something else comes out of surprising, and then at which point we're all going to be at which everybody at MNR is going to be sitting there going, "Is it Tuesday yet? Can we play Street Fighter yet? Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday?"
My man, no, my miss. It's like at this point I'm just waiting for trailers because I think next month is Comic-Con, and it's my season.
Yep. Then we got the Comic-Con to go like.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
be. I'm
my
gonna be.
season 2, because it's like, the weird thing is, Comic Con used to be about comics. Now, I'm not saying it's bad that we got all this other multimedia shit. It's, it's Hub's Ground Zero. Makes sense. But there is that little comic undercurrent there that I could kind of cover.
Yeah, because I was like, so far before we changed like the theme, because I know that you want to go to the next one. So far they've said movies. Well, I already saw a couple of trailers, but from series they're bringing back a lot of Y's. Between the Y's is Gravity Falls. They want another season. Adventure Time is bringing a fucking movie. Which one? What was the other one that I told you?
Regular show.
Regular show. Season 3 of Smile and Friends with Jay. But it's like, ugh.
But that's new. I wouldn't count that as that's not an aging franchise. That's a current one, in my opinion.
But regular show, who needs that? Adventure Time, we need to stop.
Yeah.
We need to stop now. And Gravity Falls is like, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I would like to wish you a welcome to, because we got 7 viewers.
Damn!
I would like to issue a welcome to all of our people that are watching right now. Thank you for joining us for the half-ass show here on MNR. If you guys like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing or following us. Not subscribing. I'm not asking for money. But if you got a Prime membership, you can give us free money from Bezos.
Right there.
But please give us a follow if you're on here. I'd appreciate it. What?
Even Waffle Iron is here. Waffle.
Good to see everybody.
Oh my god. Hello, everybody. I miss you guys. Just seeing them and like, I feel like they're like in the window.
Hello,
like,
friends, my old friend.
Oh boy, we're still doing this after.
Like, oh, they're doing things.
We're still doing things. I'm sorry if we're not doing more.
Just the two of us.
We can make it every.
Just the two of us.
Oh. Oh my god.
And we have to play the anthem, of course.
I love the goat.
So.
What's up?
How you doing, Waffle? Welcome in. Good to see you again, man.
Yeah, we're getting.
The funny thing is, we're talking about it later. Every time I talk about Jon Stewart, it seems like Waffle shows up. I just noticed that.
Really, I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, but anyway, wow, that thing jumped up. Okay, never mind.
What?
Yeah, it's remakes of yeah, the Gravity Falls thing, I'm curious about if they actually do it, but I want a time jump. I don't want to see, like, well, we're back for this summer, guys. I actually want to see them age up a little bit. No, you haven't yet. Haven't gotten there yet.
I'm sorry.
Can I be a writer for the show then? I mean, I'll happily take a pay cut of whatever I'm taking now. It's got to be more.
Oh, God. Yeah, about the Gravity Falls thing. I am also curious about what they want to do. But the problem that I see right now is, 1, they're probably not going to do what we want. 2, they're going to do something stupid. 3, we're going to get angry. Let's just be fair.
Yeah. The other stuff, it's like, look, remakes are remakes are remakes. I understand that. Also, for all we know, this could be a thing of like the multiverses. They're going to put like Mordecai and Rigby into the multiverses, which is just crazy enough to work. That's the scarier thing.
I like Mordecai and Rigby. What the hell? Yeah, I want.
Yeah, but those two would work very well in that game.
Oh yeah, with the fucking piano and the sandwich and the everything of death. I love that.
Yeah. So it is what it is there. Also, there's rumors going around about the G.I. Joe stuff. They're going to announce the next HasLab for G.I. Joe fans, which...
What is it?
Oof, can't wait to see that. Rumors are it is going to be a big-ass fucking plane.
Oh, like the toy.
Yeah, like the his tank, but it's going to be a jet this time.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, they already did the helicopter. They did the Dragonfly copter for G.I. Joe, but apparently rumors are going around that the next HasLab is going to be a Cobra Rattler, which is like a B-52 bomber almost.
Oh, wow. God damn. That's a big toy.
Yeah, it's going to be big. It's going to be... Well, I mean, the one that people are probably wanting to get, even a HasLab, there's no way they're going to fund it, because it's just a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Right. And that would be the... if you're old enough to remember it, it is the USS Flag. Such a big damn toy set that it took up an entire floor space in the living room in the 80s.
You know what we should do? One of these things? Podcast things? We should look like at the trailer, ads for the toys that we used to do, because you talk a lot about toys. But it'd be cool to watch
Yeah.
like some ads from that because there's a bunch of shit that nobody remembers that we remember. That'd be great.
Yeah, I've seen some really bad cartoons that I shouldn't have
Oh
seen in my older age
no.
now. Not like a oh they're bad for kids kind of way. More like oh this was bad. Why did I put myself through this? Like what was the one we found one day? I was flipping through YouTube for some reason and I found one where it was like what was it? Robotics. Do you remember watching that one for like 5 seconds with me? Because I was just
No.
more like so it's like they were they were kind of like giant robots, but they were like erector sets, and they had like a cartoon about them
Oh,
because it
God.
was the '80s, and everybody had a cartoon about them. And I remember
Oh.
watching this, and it's like there is some extremely dark shit going on in this show, but the cartoon looks so dumb.
It's like everything. Like I feel like the screenwriters and everyone had like freedom as long as you're selling fucking toys. That's my opinion.
Oh, well, the wild thing about the '80s cartoons, real quick on this,
Mm.
Paul Dini wrote an episode of Transformers, and it's probably one of the darkest damn episodes I've ever seen because it's got like vampiric shit going on with it, with robots and stuff like that, and
The
like
fuck?
very macabre things. Oh yeah, it was like a season 3 episode, and then remember Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future? Do you
No.
remember that show?
No.
J. Michael Straczynski of Battlestar 5 wrote that, and that got too dark for them.
Wow.
This is in the 80s. And
God
he's
bless
writing
you.
about like a dystopia he's writing about a dystopia ran by robots.
God damn. God damn.
Yeah, this is 80s children's cartoons for those of you that don't know.
Well, that's kind of why we're so fucked up and so anxious about it. I'm not gonna lie there.
Uh,
Well, not really anxious.
All right.
Now that I think about it, we are like, this is nothing. This,
Yeah. Like my nephews were like I remember I showed my nephews years ago. I think they were watching something
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh, this is so bad." I'm like, "No, it's not. I've seen so much worse than you guys have." Yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing that was missing from there was synthwave was a little behind the time. Like they
Yeah.
were just if synthwave and 80s actually kind of hit at the same time. Well, I mean, they kind of did, but it's like it's taken off in recent years, I feel like. Waterworld was the 90s
Yeah, it was the
because
90s.
it was a Simpsons joke. I remember that.
Yeah, it
Escape from New York was
was.
80s, LA
Yeah.
was 90s, I'll give you that. And Mad Max was 80s.
Yeah, Mad Max was 80s. But Waterworld was in the 90s. Yeah, I remember
I
that.
think yeah. Oh yeah, because Kevin Costner was Kevin Costner. Because
Still.
now it's very funny you talk about that because they got that new Costner movie about
Oh,
America.
God.
Remember that?
Yeah, I've seen Horizon.
Yeah, and it's in
Horizon?
2 parts, and everybody's already like, "Oh God, this is bad." And Kevin Costner's like, it's like a full circle thing because he did Waterworld in the '90s, then he got his cred back, and he went immediately down the well again, and it just started taking.
Wow.
Like he got Yellowstone, and people are like, "Oh, yeah, they can do this."
Oh,
Yeah, they
God.
still are.
They still give him money and he still do weird movies. I mean, I was still surprised when I saw him on fucking Superman. Was it the last one that I saw of him? Honestly, I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, the Man of Steel one. Kevin Costner's actually a really good actor when he's not in charge of something.
Yeah. Why is everyone angry at that scene with the tornado?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like, oh, that's the stupidest. Like, I've been seeing that scene all over the internet as of lately, and I'm like, why are you angry at this scene? It makes total sense.
I honestly thought, yeah, it's like it's sort of the defining moment of what made Clark Kent become Superman. Like his father's sacrifices so he would become the greater good.
Yeah, you need that. None of you would have turned into fucking Homelander. We all know that.
Well, also at the same time, people that are bitching about that really shouldn't have read the New 52 Superman. Oh, they'd have been pissed. Because John and Martha Kent die before Superman goes to fucking Metropolis.
I love it.
Yeah. So, you think that's bad? Oh, it could have been a lot worse, guys.
I've been thinking about that because they've been bitching a lot about the DC movies. Well, they always bitch. Am I wrong? No? Okay.
Yeah. I will say this for Kevin Costner, for all the shit we're giving him as like a guy who can't produce shit,
Oh.
everything I've heard about him, he's just a really nice guy. Because when they were filming Tin Cup, apparently they filmed it around this area. They filmed some scenes at like a country club here. And somebody I work with was explaining to me, like, they said, like, they met Kevin Costner, and they said, you could not have met a nicer guy. He was very personable, always interacting with people that are around him if he had to. Not in a bad way, but it was like, if he was between filming, he would go and talk to people. Very personable, very nice, not like the typical Hollywood person. So
yeah, that's some people that they have their stick up their asses, and he seems like very chill.
Mm-hmm.
But that sadly is that he does really bad movies sometimes. It's like, nah, well, that's
Well, when he produces them. Like, the only reason I remember The Postman is because Tom Petty had a bit in there. That's the only reason I remember that movie.
Bro, I've never seen that one. I heard that it was terribly long. That's pretty much it. And it was like,
Yeah. So the best part about that is it's kind of implied, and Waffle, maybe you can give me a hand with this. It's kind of implied that, remember, there was a song from Petty that he did, You Got Lucky. That was the one. Okay. Where it was like kind of set in a dystopia. Okay. And they kind of imply that the character that he played in that music video is the guy in The Postman.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Because he was dressed exactly like that.
Like Petty or Costner?
Yeah, Petty.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, that's kind of, it's like a joke. It's not like an official canon thing, but it's like implied to be that. It's like, if you really think about it, yeah, Tom Petty would survive like that. May he rest in peace.
He didn't sleep with P in a Walmart or whatever, where he slept on fucking...
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's get on to the fun stuff here, because this has been bothering me all week, and I need to get this off my chest.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, come on.
All right. Alan Wake 2.
Oh, boy.
I have no interest in these games. Illy has a little bit of an interest.
Okay.
Would I be fair in saying that?
Yeah.
Like, it's spooky, it's gooky, it's up your alley.
For fuck's sakes, I can still not get over the thing that he's dancing on the fucking game. I was like, wow, you just lost on me. You lost me, white boy.
Yeah. So, remember when they came out and said, well, we're only going to release it on digital copies. We're not going to we're not going to put physical copies out of this game, even though we're going multi-platform. We're not doing that. And everybody's like, you're leaving money on the table, Like, we don't care. October 2024, Alan Wake 2 will now be available for physical copy release. You can go on Amazon and grab it. Pre-order it right now.
Yeah.
Comes with the DLC, which, hey, good for them. They got the DLC for Alan Wake 2. You get some other stuff that was involved in the game. You get a digital copy of Alan Wake 1 and its DLC. Okay?
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good package. I mean, it sounds like a Game of the Year type of package.
How much
Wouldn't
is
you
it,
say?
Brandon?
For a deluxe edition of Alan Wake 2 on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, it'll be $80. If you want, because it's already bad enough, if you want a collector's edition, that is, it comes with a base game, all the bonus content of the deluxe edition, some physical collectibles, including a replica of Alan Wake's Angel Ramp, an Ocean View hotel room, 665 keychain for whatever reason, a Coffee World pin, and an art book. And all of this in a special collector's edition box. That will run you $200. Oh, by the way, guys, it's by Limited Run Games.
You're never gonna see that shit. You're never gonna see that shit. Never. Never ever.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so sad. So can I say my opinion
you see
about
this,
that?
and immediately this is immediately what I thought as soon as I saw the collector's edition.
The problem with that is, let's be fair, let's be adults for a second. We lack of it.
I forgot we had Larry David on that.
Yes. So the thing of the matter is, like, how dare you sell me a game that is gonna be, that has been already out there for a year, right? Am I correct?
Almost a year, yeah. It will be about a year at that point.
That it was how much on the store?
You know what? That's a good question. I didn't check that.
Please check that.
Check that real quick. We'll check it on the PlayStation just because.
Yeah. Because that's the console that we have. But I want to know because
Yeah. Let me see here. PlayStation, PS5 games. Okay, hang on. We're getting there, guys. Getting the gerbil to run. It's running on the thing. It is $60 to buy on digital, like every other stupid game with digital copies. Because
so
get
okay, so you're telling me that you're gonna sell me a full price game that it's already been there for a year, that has really bad reviews, to be perfectly honest, and you're trying to save the dead donkey that has been dead for a year, with a DLC that it's pretty meh. Not gonna lie there.
So if they released it today,
Mm-hmm.
and they charged $80, and I'm assuming 10 of that is for the DLC,
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been okay with that because it's like new game, but you're getting the DLC. Okay, new game makes sense.
Right.
It will be a year old at that point, and yeah, I agree with you there. We're also going above manufactured retail price.
It's just that I don't see a point on buying that kind of crap because back then when it came out, I was like, Brandon, you know what? If it's coming out, I'm gonna get the remaster version of the first game so I can play it. That and American Nightmare, I think it came with, like, which is the DLC from it. I would have gladly played all that bullshit. And then I had my basic bitch of the other one, and you know what? If it was that good, I would have grabbed the DLC. But from the start, they said, fuck you, it's gonna be on just... It's not gonna be physical. You're never gonna have physical.
By the way, what I find funny about all that is, I remember there was like I forget what company, but like some company was like, had a representative that said, guys, we will make your physical copies for you. We will do it, and you will make more money. Why don't you let us help you? Like they publicly said this. Yep. They publicly said, let us help you make this game. You're worried about making money. We understand that. We will help you get the money for it on the physical side. And they said, nope, we're still committing to this.
Well, I got nothing for those poor bastards. I mean, I know honestly that from my point, it's like, well, I'm just a person, but I am a person that is going to throw money at you. There probably another person that never played that one. I was always interested of that game, but I didn't have the chance because it was always on Xbox, you know?
Yeah.
So.
By the way, I want to kind of give a shout out here real quick.
Oh.
There is a game that is physically released at $80. Mm-hmm. It comes with the game disc. It'll be a game across 2 discs. Mm-hmm. Okay? A poster, some patches, 32 stickers, a map, the original game soundtrack, a game box, all of that for $80. You're getting like almost all of the shit that you'd be getting on the $200 collector's edition, maybe outside of like a little replica of the lamp or whatever thing on that. Right. Do you know what that game is?
Baldur's Gate
3, yes.
Yes.
By the way, you can go pre-order it. They're doing it from their own site. They're printing their own discs. You're getting all of that shit for $80. I am not the biggest person that's in the Baldur's Gate because I just got sick of all the hype around it. I'm not saying the game was bad, but I got sick of the hype.
You got tired
of it. Yeah. If you're going to support somebody, though, support those guys, because it sounds like they're trying to do a better deal than the guys that are trying to be critical darlings.
Wow.
Because the only people I know of that like the Alan Wake games or anything from Remedy are critics.
Yeah.
So, support somebody, support a company that actually sounds like they want to take care of their customers, as opposed to, well, we're going to have to make a cash version of a physical version of this because we didn't make enough money on this.
And I just thought that it was really bad. It's like, it was kind of disappointing. I love horror games, and I would have like I said, it looked really interesting, even though that I said like, well, it looks like The Last of Us just with more horror kind of shit, but yeah.
I always was kind of like, to me, it's like if hipsters were trying really hard to make an ironic horror game. That's how I always viewed these games.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And then they start making all these in-jokes that it's like, It's kind of like Buckaroo Banzai, if you know that movie, where I remember somebody said that it's like, I feel like this is an inside joke I'm not going to understand, but the producers are having a field day with. That's what these games remind me of.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
It's so sad.
but it's just funny. No, to me, it's like, I don't understand all the hype for this company because everything I've seen from them is like, okay, it's not for me, and I'm not saying that that's bad,
Mhm.
but I've never seen something in here that goes, I've heard all these things about how great they were, and I tried a game of theirs, and I was like, this is kind of janky, guys.
Oh, it's
And
like
the plot goes nowhere, and I spend more time watching live action video. I did this with Command and Conquer in the 90s. I was fine with it. Why am I doing it now?
it's what I'm saying. Like we go back to the. I know that I talk about too much of the Silent Hill thing, but it's a perfect example. Right now, okay, this one doesn't have deluxe edition, whatever thing. I don't
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna get it, but they are selling merch on the
Mm-hmm.
side. Like if you want something
Mm-hmm.
specific, hey, you know what? You can get the figure, you can get the jacket, which is surprisingly cheap. Uh,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of things for less, and that's fine. The game, I don't expect anything. Like I don't need anything extra. Why? The extras that are coming are really dumb, and that's fine. It's just a joke thing. You don't need anything for that game. The fact that we're bringing something back, it's more than enough. Not gonna lie,
Yeah.
at least on my perspective. So, I don't know.
All
Old,
right.
old
But
lady
no, it's just,
ranting.
that's fine. It's old man ranting too, honestly. So, look, we're gamers and we're approaching 40. What the fuck do you want? Back in my day, games had 16 bits, and we liked it.
I've been in that floor for a couple of months, and it's okay.
I'm not even mad about, like, okay, remake. I'm not even mad about new shit. That's the funny thing. Like, I should be like champion Alan Wake 2, but I just don't trust it. I'm more pissed off about, like, I don't need a game that was like made 10 years ago to come out again because it needs a new coat of paint because everybody wants to do remakes. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the one screaming for new shit.
I got new shit, but like this is fine. Let's see what happens.
Well, I bought this new shit the other day, so.
Yeah, I want to play my stellar booby game. I mean, stellar game.
I mean, the stellar ass, just say it.
Everything, Jingao. Everything is going on there. Everything. Oh
It's actually
god.
not a bad. I feel like it's very funny to me.
God. Here we
Like I
go
can see
again.
people looking at this that yeah, no, I can see people looking at this and going, Brandon, because you did this to me with a game I played. You're like, oh, you're doing this for the girls. I'm like, actually, there's a really good game here, and everybody's like, uh-huh, and I'm like, no, there actually is.
There is me on this one.
No, I'm not saying I wasn't implying that about you. I was saying like there is a good game there. It's just like there's graphics too, which
Yeah,
hey, is
no.
fine. I'm not even mad about
It
it.
looks really fun. I wanted to play that shit, but I don't know
It's
why I
it's
didn't get
it's a
to it.
very Dark Souls game. It's a very Dark Souls-ish game, not in a bad way. It actually does a lot of the things I like about Dark Souls right.
Right. Is it fun?
And it's fun. I'm
Okay.
enjoying it, and it's like I don't mind the grind of going back and fighting other monsters. That's
Right.
fine.
Okay.
But it's you have to learn a little bit of the game. But
For
I
sure.
mean, yeah, people. It's basically Korean near automata. So if you can get through that, you're probably in good shape.
Yeah. I thought so myself. Like, yeah, that looks like a Korean game. What triggered me was like, oh my god, at least it has the gore because I love gore horror from
Yeah.
Korea. It's just
We
another
did play the
level.
demo on the channel. I don't know if it's on our YouTube page or not, but I
I
know we
think
played the
so.
demo on the channel. Yeah. So you can get Illy's responses to that there.
Oh god, it's been enough long time that I can play it again. So
Yeah. I actually started a new file. I didn't even finish it with what I had on the demo. I was
okay.
like, nah, I'll just start a new one.
Hmm.
I got that, and I got Sea of Stars too, so I'm gonna start that one at some
And
point.
the other one, Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord, but I got that more because I feel like there's another game by that company that I really want to get, but I can't find copies of it. So I was kind of like, I need to get this one while I can.
What game is it?
13 Sentinels Aegis or
Oh,
whatever. It's another one of those types of strategy type games, but it's like I just sat on my ass and didn't get it, and I'll get a copy if I want to go to Amazon or something. I can get it. It's just
Yeah,
more. It's like
I got you.
I feel like I'm gonna go up to. We're gonna move back up, and I'm gonna find it at the exchange, and all will be right with the world.
That's
So
what I was gonna say. Like, oh, maybe you need to wait for it a bit.
yeah. So I'm not really particularly mad about that one. All right, let's move on to the next story because for all the stuff we talk about with corporations and corpo shit, it's kind of nice to know we're not the only people thinking it. And I say this because on a podcast, Jon Stewart came out and said why he left Apple. And so if you don't remember, Jon Stewart had a show on Apple TV called The Problem with Jon Stewart, which, by the way, if you never listened to it, it's probably taken off now. They had a really good podcast to that.
Oh, really?
Like, he did deep dive interviews, and he had conversations with his staff and all that about stuff. It was kind of like The Daily Show in ear form, which they've kind of done with The Daily Show now, I heard. But it was the OG version of that, and it was really good, because it was like a little looser Jon Stewart. So when he did his show, and that almost made me buy Apple TV. That's how good it was.
Wow.
We were just watching vignettes, and even I was sitting there like, "What's the cost of that? Is it worth it?" It really wasn't, and I'm not mad I didn't buy it.
No, it's not worth it.
There was never enough there, and I was like, I don't want Lincoln's. I can already see Illy going, I don't need Lincoln Douglas style debates on my TV. You already have that.
No, not even that.
I don't need it with comedians.
The problem is like, well, you know how I am. I give the chance to all the fucking movies that show up, and all the fucking movies from Apple have been a floppity flop. So
Illy sees me watch like Last Week Tonight and like Daily Show and stuff like that. This is what she hears.
I knew you were gonna use that fucking sound. Good.
But yeah, I mean, you watch them. It's like sometimes you're like, wow, those are really good points. And other times you're like, I don't get it.
Oh yeah,
That's fine.
just like I'm sitting in the computer working, and he's like, ha ha ha, and I turn and like, okay. It's pretty much it.
Pats me on the head like.
Yeah, you're having fun.
So
Poor
he
baby.
basically, yeah. He more or less said that him and Apple didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Shocking, isn't it?
I mean,
well, there was a scene where there was an interview he had with somebody. It was like a trade person, like a tech person.
Okay.
And the guest pointed out to him, it's like, you do realize that the company you're broadcasting this show on are gouging people left and right.
no.
To which the audience applauded, and he's like, well, yeah, I know that, but I'm still here talking about it.
Yeah.
And so he even said, it's like, we had this really big, oh, we got it moment, and then they came in, the executives, and they're like, they had looks on their faces, and the first thought he said was like, did a factory burn down?
Wow.
And they explained to him, it's like, are you going to air that on air? And he's like, yeah, because it hit well, and it kind of hits the points of all of our show, and they're like, uh-huh. And apparently they had a back and forth about that, about airing it.
Really?
Yeah, to which he said immediately, like, oh, our interests don't align. This is a problem.
Oh boy, that sounds bad.
Well, he says he holds no ill will towards Apple about this, because he said, and I agree with him on this, you're doing business with a company that's making money. And there's a certain wall you will hit. And when you hit that wall, they will push back. And why the Daily Show works is because they kind of work on crash and, like, you know, like, boorish behavior with the Daily Show. Like, you can make these jokes, and it doesn't affect their bottom line so much. They can take that hit.
Right.
Whereas Apple, if you point these things out or you make things slightly uncomfortable for them, that can actually hurt their bottom line.
Right. No, yeah, I feel like they're more, what's the word? More conscious? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But they apparently he had a guest. I forgot about this on the Daily Show. I was watching it. He had a guest on the Daily Show when he first came back. I forget who it was, but it was like a person in like the FTC kind of situation. And he said to her, I was going to have you on my other show, but I was told explicitly, do not bring her on.
Wow.
And I think that also there was a conversation. He was trying to get a story about AI and China and how that's going to be a problem. That was like one of the stuff he wanted to talk about on his show.
Hmm.
and Apple vetoed it. And I think that's when he's like, all right, you know what? We're not working. This is not working for you. This is not working for me. I'm not pissed at you, but I clearly need to move on, and so do you. So let's just call it a wash.
No, when you start like getting like that kind of stuff, like you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's not worth it.
Which is actually kind of weird that it's like, it's alarmingly refreshing that he just kind of walked away simply because our interests don't align, so there's no point in continuing this partnership. Whereas I feel most comedians and most people in entertainment would hear this and then not only double but quadruple down and get fired.
Right.
He just saw that we're not going to work together anymore. Let's just call it a day.
Yeah, let's call our quits, and that's call our losses.
But it's also very, very sobering when you think about it. That I felt good hearing that because I agree with a lot of what he said. Say what you will, we can talk all the shit we want on here about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch one day could go, yeah, you can't talk about that anymore. We're shutting you down. And we really can't say anything to them because that's kind of the agreement.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, we can bitch and moan and all that stuff. And another story that kind of came out this week, and it kind of relates to that, is the whole thing with the girl from Star Wars, Gina Carano.
Oh boy, that one that gave you an aneurysm for some reason.
So I saw something on Twitter that I kind of wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I just could not confirm if it was like actually true or not. That's how crazy it's getting. Like, there's stories that I want to talk about this week, but I had to, I couldn't do research on it simply because I didn't know if it was actually factual or just somebody making a joke. Like, that's the level of crazy we're at in these situations.
Well, yeah, the thing is that the way you said it is like, well, this sounds like a thing that would be happening, but how am I gonna verify if it's happening?
Yeah. But a lot of people, there was a story about, her case, and the judge was kind of like, I don't know if you really want to proceed with this case, do you? Because anybody who kind of studies a little bit about the case that she's alleging, which is she got fired because she said opinions that Disney did not agree with, and they terminated her contract.
Right.
Which anybody who knows Disney is probably like, fucking duh.
Yeah, no, Disney's gonna terminate you. They don't have to if you don't have the same ideals. Yeah.
Yeah. When Pedro Pascal is sitting there like, you just need to put X here and they will ignore you. And she goes, no, I don't want to do that. That should be a hint.
Wow.
Yeah. And I also don't feel bad for her because, once more, if you actually read into the topic, okay, I want you guys that are listening or watching this to put yourselves in this position. You just lost your job. You just lost your moneymaker, all right? You lost the thing that is getting you up in the day and giving you all the stuff. You just lost it. What is your first thing you're going to do?
I think I said I was gonna panic and cry for a bit and look for another job.
Yes.
ASAP.
Yes, because you don't have money.
No, I'm poor.
Yeah. Like, for us, for the average Joe, losing a job, even if it was was paying millions or something like that, it's devastating because we now have to replace our money. Like, we may have savings. We can float for a couple of months, but you got to replace it.
Yeah.
You got to keep the machine churning.
If you don't have savings,
her response was,
no.
Yeah. And her response was, oh, I got fired. I'm going to drive this RV I have down to my house in Florida.
Yeah, and think about things.
And I'm just going to think about things and think about my next steps. I have been fired from jobs, and I wish I had that luxury.
Yeah.
Her family, if you don't know, her dad has casinos.
Yeah.
I never worry about, when it comes to a celebrity, I never really worry about their money, because everybody's like, oh, they work so hard, so devastated. I'm like, and they probably have a fuck ton of money if they're smart. If they're not, they kind of deserve it.
Yeah. Indeed.
But it's and she's trying to make it out like, oh, this ruined my life. I'm like, it honestly, compared to a lot of people, no, you actually came out smelling like a rose. You just look like an idiot because you don't understand how to shut your mouth.
Yeah, it's one of those things that is like you need to learn how to shut up and how to move on.
Yeah.
And stuff. But
honestly, if my job heard the shit I talked about on this show, they'd be like, well, we don't agree with what you said, so we're gonna have to let you go. I kind of can't fight it. Like that's why I don't really talk about my work stuff on
Yeah.
here that much because if it comes up and they find out about it, they're gonna be like, "Get the fuck out. We don't need you."
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what I say. I don't give a shit. Oh my god, it hurts.
Oh yeah, but I mean, that's just sort of the thing, though. It's like you take that risk. It's like if they came to you tomorrow and said you're no longer required here because we heard what you said.
Oh, I would say like, well, what you heard.
Yeah, you'd be more curious. Like, did you drop a follow?
Can you drop a follow? Well, you gave me some views. That's fine. Can I know what episode? Because I bitch a lot. Be
Yeah.
specific.
Yeah, and we would take our hits.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, unlike some people we've dealt with, that we would take our lumps and move on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but that's besides the point on that one. Yeah, it's just when you scream about this stuff on social media, you kind of have to think, and she didn't think, and she's dealing with the after effects,
Yeah.
and she can kick my ass because I know she can. She's a tank.
Yes.
But I don't worry. It's not like she's gonna be devastated. Where it's us, it's like, how are we gonna do this?
Yeah, let me go cry a bit in the shower and see how we're gonna survive the next month.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what.
But that's corporations, and it's like everybody talks about like it's like corporations do all this stuff. It's like they don't care about you, and the sooner you understand that, a lot better your life will be.
Yeah, you move on with your fucking life.
Well, also you don't worry about like, I support this product because they believe in this. It's like, do they give money to something? No, they just support it. Then they're not doing anything. It's just marketing.
Yeah, it's like what is it? Starbucks with the whatever? I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Some guy was telling me something in an Uber, and I was like, whatever. Moved on with my life.
Well, it's like again, the Daily Show. I'm not going back to this, but it's like he was talking about like all the corporate stuff, and he's like, I don't understand why we have grocery stores, and it's like, would you like to round up your money to donate to this? It's like, you're a grocery store. You are swimming in product that is food. Why not take the stuff that you have and give it to them?
Yes.
And donate it.
No, you need to put from your pocket. So
It's like, why am I paying for this donation when you are clearly running amok on this? You have infinite supply.
yeah, no, that reminded me of something that happened with the grocery stores down in Mexico. That remember they round up the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can ask here if you get round up. Up there, they round it up. Period. But they round it up stupid. Like if it's like, let's say, it was $15 with 50 cents, they raise it to like 17, almost. You know, that's an example.
Well, another funny thing about this is it's like when you see when it's like, let's see here. Let's take when it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's October, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pay attention to the ads next time when you see something like that, because when you hear like so and so will donate money and then very quickly say up to $10,000 too.
Okay.
That means they're only going to donate $10,000. They're not going to donate more than that. What they're basically saying to you is like, if you round up, we donate up to $10,000. So you doing that is not really going to matter because they're going to pay out $10,000 anyway.
Yeah, that sounds stupid. I didn't know that.
Pay attention to what they're saying. They say it sometimes. Like there's only some. That's why it's like when I see those things, I'm not against supporting it every so often. Like if I'm at a restaurant or something, it's like, would you like to donate or whatever? I'll do it every so often.
Yeah, I do it for the the Spirit of Halloween.
Yeah, you do it every so often, but it's like they're only going to donate so much. After that, it doesn't. It's capped.
Yeah, it is.
So when you're thinking about that and you're like, oh, if I keep buying things, it's going to donate. The donations are going to that. It's like that's what they want you to think. They want you to buy more shit, thinking it's like you're donating. It's like really they're not. They're going to make a profit sooner or later on that. Probably in 3 days after they announce that.
Yeah, that's. I sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, and sometimes it's like a buck. It's like, well, it's a buck. Hey, it's a buck. That buck, I could use it.
And, but also at the same time, it's also, let's think about this. Companies that do that type of thing,
Hmm.
$10,000. For us, that sounds like a lot of money.
It is, but for them, it's like like the fleas on
For
their fucking
them,
packet.
somebody once told me, and it sticks with me. Somebody said, you buying a burger at McDonald's seems very small to you. So
Mhm.
imagine you had so much money that buying a burger at McDonald's is the equivalent of buying a Rolls Royce. Like they can just do that because they have money. They don't think about the size difference.
Right.
Like if you could just casually drop money and just buy a Rolls Royce, that'd be like for you buying a burger at McDonald's. Think about that next time
Damn.
because all these companies that are making hand over fist and billions of dollars,
Hmm.
and they're only donating $10,000. All these research things about cancer. Imagine if a couple of these companies donated just $1 billion of their profit. How much research could advance? How fast? Just with that money. Like, yeah, they're making okay. They're doing good on that and they're making progress. But just imagine some company one day just said, here's $1 billion. Make it work faster.
We need a
You watch
Tony
how
Stark.
fast.
We need a Tony Stark in this world.
But no, Tony Stark would even argue I should have done that years ago because he didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruce Wayne doesn't even donate that much. Think about it.
That Bruce Wayne doesn't do shit. He's like a Nemo kid. Let's
No,
remember
but
that.
no. Bruce Wayne has charities and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and he does donate. But most of his $1 billion is going to his new was it rocket companies make more off of problems than off of solutions. Of course, that's why there's another cure for the common cold.
Yeah, like I was hearing something about like when a billionaire fucking dies and has like a bunch of debt, what do? We take shit from the people so we can cover that shit up. That's simple as that. It's like wow,
Mhm.
wow, fuck you guys.
So, I mean, I think everybody in our chat right now is above 35. I'm not trying to judge you guys. I'm
We're
just being
old.
honest.
We're tired. We're old and
Yeah.
angry.
Yeah, but we're also a little more jaded. I will tell you a story of. I remember I was reading something. I was working on a story for the show here,
Hmm?
and I had a coworker. My coworker is 22.
Yeah.
Okay. And I looked at her and I said, "Hey, I have a question for you." And I just asked this out of the blue. What if I told you you could keep the game, but you have to pay more, or you pay this monthly fee, but you'll never own the game? What would you rather do? Now, in my brain, and I hope in most of our brains that are older, we immediately go, "I'll just pay for it up front."
Right. Right.
She sat there for like a good minute processing this. If I had the money, I guess I would buy the game, but I'm probably just going to get the pass.
Okay. Right.
Now, that's not a knock on her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, in all fairness, it's a different generation.
Oh yeah.
We were kind of growing up and raised to be like, fuck the man, fuck corporations. Like, I'm a Rage Against the Machine guy. Need I say more?
I have a can of gasoline that I can burn some company any day.
Yeah. But that's where I'm kind of saying it's like, for us, this seems like very obvious shit.
Yeah.
But for them, I mean, I understand on the finance side, it's like, well, am I going to really play this game forever? I mean, I can see the arguments ringing in their head, and they're probably not wrong arguments. They're probably good arguments. But
so yeah,
in my head, I was always raised. Let me
Go
finish
ahead.
this real quick here, and
Yeah,
then you
go
can
ahead.
do this.
Go ahead.
My thought is, I'd rather own that product, even if I'm never going to play it only once, but I own that product, so if I want to play it years down the road, I have it. Like, it's like value of dollar versus, well, it'll come and go.
Right.
All right, now your thought. I'm sorry.
So I understand the logic because it's like we see it like as one game. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They are seeing it as a bunch of fucking games. You know? A bunch of fucking games that you can rent monthly. You can have all the fucking games that you want. It's the same thing as Spotify right now with me. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm paying a
Or
daily.
Netflix, or all those other shows.
Yes, because okay, I have the ability, but you know where it lays flat? That it's a thing that I suffer a lot. And we all suffer, you fuckers. We all suffer in that sofa for hours. What am I gonna watch? Takes me 2 million fucking years to pick something. And by the time that it's time, it's like, bro, I'm gonna watch
Now,
the
you know
same
what
fucking thing. What?
You know what the irony of all that is? You
What?
sit there for hours, and I do it too. I'm not saying I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But you sit there and you debate what you're going to do.
Right.
My stupid comic books that I go weekly to buy,
Mm-hmm.
I read cover to cover. I'm satisfied, and I put them away. Will I read them again? I would hope so. But I own them, and it's also like I actually read them. Like I buy
Oh,
a book, a complete book, I finish it.
I'm also like that. I do that kind of stuff. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
but it's
that.
very funny to me.
What is it funny?
No, it's not. We all have that problem. I agree with you. But it's funny how we rent it and we're sitting there like, what am I going to watch? Yet when we buy it, we immediately take it out of the package. We throw it into the machine. We do that. And then, hey, I want to watch it again. We do this. We will use that multiple times without even thinking about it. Yet when we just sit there on the rental machine and do it, we spend hours trying to figure out what the fuck to watch.
Yeah,
That's kind of
it's
mind blowing.
that's what I was trying to explain. It's like, why am I like? There's days of like, yo, I only watch one thing on this fucking app. Why am I still like Crunchyroll, for example? Like, why am I still?
We
watching
did get rid of it.
Yeah, because it's most of the shit that it's like moving
Yeah.
around. It's already in Hulu, and we have Hulu, and I watch more shit on Hulu.
The only thing I've been watching on Hulu is, well, I watched Gundam Vietnam or 08th MS Team.
I
Bad.
honestly,
And Futurama.
on my end, I've been watching the newest movies because that's what I do. That's like, you know what? I can't go to the theaters every fucking day for bad fucking movies, and they have the bad fucking movies that I want to watch. So that's how I think. But the point of the matter is, like, on a daily basis, I spent the entire fucking day looking for a movie. Imagine me with that service. I spent the fucking entire all fucking day for a fucking game. Like, what the fuck am I gonna? No, it doesn't work for me, brother. Like, if I want to play a game over and over again, I have them here.
Well, it's like also when it comes to the music side of things,
Mm-hmm.
like we have Spotify now, but we do use it a lot more because, like, well, I'll get to that in a second. But it's like we do use it because I have a whole fucking box of
Oh, yeah.
music. I have like Illy can attest. This fucker weighs a bit. I have like my entire music collection, yours curated, sitting there.
Also mine.
Well, yeah, but most of it is like there is you music there, but it's like most of it is mine. Would that be fair to say?
It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. And we don't have a machine to play it on, and I don't have a music to play it on because I don't see a point right now. I'm moving. I don't want to add more shit like gigantic like that. Now, when we get up to where we're moving to, all bets are off at that point.
Oh yeah. What Rokugan says, like, companies make more off of problems than off of
Yeah,
solutions.
I mentioned that earlier, and she also says there's some good adult cartoons on Hulu, and there is. I have been I've been actually watching Futurama, getting up to the new stuff, and I have to say, the Comedy Central Futurama, I was not really a fan of, but watching it now, I'm like, you know, this ain't bad.
Yeah, it's like, on my end, I've been trying to watch the fucking What We Do in the Shadows, but I have so much to watch in the season. It's so tiring.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know what I did this morning when you were at
What?
work and I got up?
What?
Like, I started doing the editing for the Desk of Chaos. By the way, new post up there if you guys want to read it about Street Fighter 6. Just get a plug in there. You know what I had on in the background?
What?
YouTube, Mystery Science Theater shorts.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah, but it was just, I just had it on the background. I'm doing my thing, and okay, that's funny. I'm moving on. And then it's like I started doing stuff around the house, still had it on. And then before we went to the store, you and me were sitting there. And it's just like, we guys keep going because we're gonna sit here all day watching these if we don't.
Yeah, I was like, Brandon, I need to go buy pants. I need pants. We need to go buy pants.
Rocket God says it gets better every time I watch it. There's always jokes I miss. Yeah, that's the great thing about Futurama. Also, I will say, probably one of the most consistent continuity shows that pays off to watch because
Right.
there is a long-term story that is always picked up, and yeah, they have their little off moments and they have their little one-liners, but there is a consistency there that is lacking in The Simpsons, Family Guy, and other shows that, if you know what's going on, makes all the stuff better. Like, I was watching an episode, and Fry's sitting there worrying about Bender, and he's like, I don't have anybody here. And then Leela is in bed with Fry, like, well, I'm right here. And then you're also like, oh, when did that happen? Like, it's like, dude, like, that's a major moment. What what the fuck just
It
happened?
happens. It happens, Brandon. It happens.
No, but I'm saying it's like that's the payoff you get from that.
Right.
Because that's been a will they, won't they for years, and then they're just casually in bed with each other, like, after sex.
Right. I mean...
And it's like, dude! It's like when you read a book, and it's like, it's that person I like is back!
Oh, wow, I could hear my laugh from this side. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, that cast is gold. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Who knew Peg Bundy was going to be such a good prolific voice actress? Who knew?
Yep. She's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Didn't see the time.
Yeah, we're going to lull over. We're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. Are you doing anything this week, Illy?
I've been updating the story of seasons, if you didn't notice.
No, I meant on Twitch, but we'll get to that in a minute.
You know, I was kind of thinking, I know that tomorrow we got nothing shit to do. I was thinking about doing the artwork that was working and do a very light stream tomorrow.
There you go. That's some good thoughts. By the way, since we have more people here, I should do this also so you get some cred.
What?
Hang on. If you didn't join us at the top of the show, Illy, and, well, we'll get to us in a second. Illy has an new website that she has. This is now where you're going to find most of her art. If you were on Instagram or other places, this is where artists are kind of moving to, and it's very anti-AI, and you can kind of build your portfolio up there. So if you like what she does, definitely check that out, bookmark it. If you're on there, give her a follow.
Yeah, I'm posting.
So you can keep post updated.
Yeah, I post a bunch of shit. I post the stuff for the show, the stuff for the stories, everything. I'm uploading everything, which is great. I love it. I love that fucking little place. So.
Yeah, Kara. Also, you can find Magic Ninja over there, and if you are watching for the Dominant One stuff, might want to pop in over there, because we actually kind of give some behind-the-scenes info and some concepts.
Yeah, he's putting a lot
definitely
of
definitely check out the Magic Ninja one.
It's really funny because I'm posting artworks and he's posting like, well, there's a little bit of this info in me. I love this shit.
Yeah, so it's kind of like if you were on our Discord, which, let me see if the Discord options even work.
Bro, nobody's on Discord.
Okay, I gotta check the night. Something's going on.
Yeah.
No, I gotta check the program because something's not right with that now. But if you were checking our Discord and you saw some of the stuff we were posting, this will be probably where a lot of it's going to be going forward. When it comes to the Dominant Ones, we're getting closer than you think, and it's more we gotta kind of knuckle down.
I have the cover done for the first chapter. Woo!
Yeah, we just gotta do the interior on that, and then we're gonna start marching forward. So I would say pretty soon we're going to have a lot more info to drop on you. We may do another live like we did for the last one, or we may just throw it up on YouTube. I haven't decided yet, but there will be something coming for that. So I keep promising news. I can say with confidence, it's getting very close.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to do more official ones. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the idea. That's the concept.
Yeah. So there's that going on. Like I said, Deska Chaos got a new update about the Street Fighter thing. You're going to possibly do some drawing tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, a light stream.
Okay.
Just to, like, whatever.
Yeah. Kind of stretch the muscles like we were talking about, right?
Yeah, I've been trying, like, I kind of need to go back to it. And I have the time tomorrow. There's not a lot to go. And and the beauty about being in summer and being stuck in the house is that you can be stuck in the house doing streams. So.
Yeah, it's like winter for Ohio. I get you.
Yeah, so I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. Maybe in noonish after we get done with everything at home and such. So that's the idea.
Okay. All right. As for myself, might be some more Street Fighter this week. Maybe some more Rank at the Gates of Hell if I just want to suffer more. I actually kind of need to practice. I maybe practice tomorrow. I have some demos I downloaded. We might do a demos this week too. I haven't decided fully yet.
Okay.
Because there's a couple of demos I could play that may be interesting to play. I got there was one that was announced during the PlayStation Direct, and then I found one just rolling through the PlayStation Store that looked interesting. It looked like a text adventure game, but it had mecha, and I'm not really sure what's going on with it. So I'll be diving into it with no knowledge. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens on that. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of disappointment for me.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Um.
like the game graphics look like Game Boy quality. That's where I'm kind of confused by it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but there is some stuff coming up this week, is what I'm saying. For once.
Yeah. Like I said, I tried to update the story today, like my story. Fuck it, didn't give a shit. I just threw it at.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, yeah, I'm gonna be more active in Kara from this point on. I want to keep on doing the official stuff, and I think that's for me. That's it.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah. And you'll probably find me most likely posting stupid pictures on Kara, and I'll probably be doing more stuff on Mastodon because I'm kind of trying to peel myself away from Twitter because it's a cesspool right now, guys. I'm not trying to be a dick, and it's
Yeah,
like if we're all just
no.
shit posting, there's no point in me. I'm not getting any promotion from there. I'm not getting any people coming over from there. It feels like if you are coming from Twitter, give us a follow, let us know so we know that there is an actual audience still there.
Yeah, because
Like
honestly,
I got Blue Sky, and it's like not even using that.
I got like I'm only on Twitter because of my pals, and that's pretty much it because that's what it is. And then, like I said, I wanted some place where it looks a bit more cleaned up and more polished. I guess that's the
Mm-hmm.
word. So yeah, take a bit more serious my artworks. I'm slowly putting all of them up there. So
She is. I can confirm that. There's usually something new every day there.
yeah, there's days that I don't post shit, and then there's days that I like 9 fucking pictures. Fuck you, Cavalier.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
I actually posted some toy figure pictures on the MNR one just because I was like wanting to do that today. So that one will be active. It's just the MNR is more like Chaos Director than Illy, to be perfectly fair, but it's sort of our hub.
you should have
But
put it
Illy, if you
like
want to get Illy stuff, definitely check out Illy's.
honestly, you should have done one for your chaos director thing. But oh well.
I'm not really worried about it because if you think about it, I'm the one that's usually typing on Magic Ninja Robot on Twitch anyway. So I mean,
Right, that is true. That is true.
yeah. And when we get more stuff going, like honestly, if it becomes a big enough thing, if people are following me there, then I will consider making my own.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, I don't see a point because it's like we're not getting a lot of traction on there. It's
Yeah,
like if I saw people like really liking the toy figure pictures I post and all that stuff, I would actually entertain the idea.
I
But
understand.
MNR is both of ours, and yeah,
Yeah,
there's future in there. I'm planning.
like I said, I prefer having like a place where I can dump my artworks, and that's it.
Of course, and
So,
that's yeah. But I figured if nothing else, when we want to do projects under the MNR banner, we have something there. Also, it's good to get ahead and kind of reserve spots.
oh, for sure, for sure. Well,
So,
that's all for me, though.
all right. That's it for us tonight. Thanks everybody for joining in and having fun. Waffle, always good to see you. Please don't be a stranger. I know I suck at communicating. Rock, as always, thank you for hanging out. We have enough people here. I feel like we can do a raid though. Let me see who we got that's available to raid.
Oh, I guess
Who we got?
maybe
What?
he's barking asleep.
Who's asleep?
She's
Who
asleep.
do we got here? I'm trying to see here who's online. You know what?
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up here, but we're gonna go over to a new member of the Wolf Pack
Okay.
and also a Tekken player, Raw Not Raw. But we're gonna get to that in a second. Thank you everybody for watching, and thanks everybody for participating and having a good time with us. And we'll see you all very soon here on Magic Ninja Robot on Twitch. And let me just stand by for the raid. Get it
Cool
ready
beans.
here.
I'll see you later,
Yeah,
I
I'm waiting
guess.
for it to get down. It's cooling down, so yep. See you guys ready later.
Good
Have a good night,
night.
everybody. You can go ahead and kill the stream.
Yeah, I did.